Say, bro, this Odell situation is getting crazy. Before we get into this video, everybody go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you can receive a notification every single time we post a video. Welcome to Sports R Us. And today we're going to talk about Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ. It's a lot that's going on between him and the Cleveland Browns. Today we just got reports that he was sent away from practice. So he didn't get a chance to participate in practice. And it's just a lot of things that's just going on with the team. You obviously see that the team does not want him on the team because, especially with Baker Mayfield, the biggest thing is with Baker Mayfield currently right now. You know, Baker Mayfield has targeted him 34 times. He has 17 receptions total on the season. Receiving yards is at 232 yards. That's low, and he does not have a receiving touchdown whatsoever as it pertains to being on that field and getting a touchdown, which you would like to see the big plays with Odell Beckham happening because he's one of those big play type players. And of course, he was injured last season, you know, and you can say that his stats has been on a decline for a few years. But to me, as it pertains to this team, Baker Mayfield, to me, is an overrated quarterback that nobody is really sitting up there really saying that this is the reason why this is not working. He's not one of the quarterbacks that can get it to Odell the way that Odell needs to get the ball. And I believe currently right now we're in a situation where the Browns are trying to make Odell Beckham look bad. Overall, with the throwing away with the practice, I understand that Odell's dad put out a video, I believe it was yesterday or the day before. He put out a video just showing all the miscues from Baker Mayfield to his son. And listen, man, I don't blame him. Listen, that's his son. Odell can't stop his dad for doing certain things. At the end of the day, you know, your dad gonna do what he does, right? He's gonna do what he do. But for the Browns to send him away from practice, to not really acknowledge the fact that Baker Mayfield is purposely not getting the ball to Odell Beckham. When he's getting the ball to him, he's throwing it above him, behind him. And then in certain scenarios, of course, Odell has made some miscues himself and hasn't caught the ball. But to put the blame and try to make him villainize somebody like Odell Beckham Jr. is terrible. And I feel like you let the trade deadline pass without providing him with an opportunity to go to a team that he'll be able to flourish with. But then you're going to try to sideline him for the rest of the season, which I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, but, you know, they could be getting to that point where they feel like, let's just sideline him, you know, and just pay him the $8 million that we owe him, and, you know, he'll be a free agent. I believe he's going to be a free agent next year, so he'll be able to just go to another team. To me, I feel like at this point, you didn't trade him during the trade deadline, which I kept on pushing for him to go to the Green Bay Packers or the Rams. And then, of course, I'm a Saints fan, so the Saints just so happened to get into talks with it, and it didn't work out. I don't know exactly what was happening. I don't know what Cleveland was looking for. They weren't getting from the Saints, and, you know, they was asking for too much or whatever they was asking for. I just felt like, man, you could have gave this man over to the Saints, you know, when we need a wide receiver, because like we got reports today that Michael Thomas is going to be out for the remainder of the season. That's a whole nother story. But Odell Beckham would have been a great pickup for the Saints. But I just feel like he needs to go to a new spot. I think Green Bay will be fire. We just seen Deshaun Jackson get cut by the Rams. So him being cut by the Rams, I think it'll be a great pickup for the Rams to pick that up. They just picked up Von Miller. That'll be an all-star team right there with Odell Beckham getting the opportunity to be thrown the ball properly by somebody like Matthew Stafford. But this is just a big problem that I'm seeing. And I understand. I just feel like the Cleveland Browns is trying to villainize Odell Beckham and try to put him in a bad light so that the rest of the league can look at him in that way when they could have just wiped their hands with him yesterday. But I am also calling for them to, at this point, if you're going to do this, you might as well cut Odell Beckham, let him go sign with another team. Now, that would be stupid because you didn't trade him when you could have just got something like a 4th, 5th round pick, maybe a 3rd round pick, something like that. Which really, I think you get a 2nd round pick for somebody like Odell Beckham. You know, people don't want to give away their 1st rounds. I understand that. But you could have got something great for Odell Beckham. But the fact that you are holding on to him, sending him away from practice, and now all these things in the media, you're trying to build up this thing to villainize this man, and that's terrible. So I feel like they need to make that change, need to allow him to go to another team, cut him right now, let him go to another team in this season. Don't let him end the season with 17 receptions, 232 yards, and he's not injured. That would be terrible. And then down the line, if he does have some great seasons, possibly win a Super Bowl in the next few years, and then he's looking to get into the Hall of Fame down the line, that some things like this is gonna tarnish his reputation, is gonna kill his chances of possibly getting into the Hall of Fame. Not saying that he's a Hall of Fame wide receiver right now, but give the man the opportunity to go somewhere else and prove himself and show that he still has what he has. Because I can see that he still has it, but the quarterback that's getting it to him don't. So everybody go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you can receive a notification every single time I post a video. Let me know what you think about this Odell situation down below. Do you feel like they should cut him? They should keep him and just make him sit out? What do you feel should happen with Odell Beckham Jr. currently right now? This has been Sports R Us. I appreciate y'all.